Hello and welcome back to Frühling, our Let's Play Farming Simulator 22 series. Now, the last thing we did was we got the oat drilled in, which is fantastic. Now it's time to roll the oat. So let's get fired up. Right, so we need to attach to the roller. I reckon I'll leave the dual wheels on for now, for the time being. It might make the rolling a bit more effective. I don't know. Right, so we'll head to our oat field, and we will set a worker off. I will probably try and get some of the more difficult to get bits, the ones that the workers seem to struggle with the most, and then we can set the helper off. Once the helper is helping, then we can tend to other tasks. In this case, we are collecting all the grass that we had windrowed, so that we can put it into the silo and turn it into silage, which we will both use for cows and for selling. We should have enough grass in, hay rather, to keep feeding the sheep until we get our next batch of hay, if you will. The reason being is we still want to plough and lime the... Alright, we'll start on the far side here actually, just to make it easier. We still need to do that with our meadows. Right, we still need to plough and lime those fields, just so that they get their bonus. Actually... Yeah, this is a bit of an awkward field. I am glad that I purchased it and was able to harvest a very happy sorghum crop. But I do believe that maybe after this yield, because I don't want to just buy a field, harvest it, and then flip it, right? I'd like to, if possible, I'd like to at least... Right, this does... Right, we're good to go. And we're rolling. And it should push the stones in. Ah, beautiful. Yes, I don't want to just buy a field and then be like, alright, that's that. Now we have this field and we've harvested it, and now we're going to just leave it be. Right? I don't want to do that. I definitely would much prefer to actually use the field again, at least one time, in this case for oats. Right, so this might be a pretty finicky or funny rolling setup, but we will go across this way. It's just to ease the helper, that's all. That's the only reason. I noticed that there was a singular stone, one stone, that didn't get pushed back in on the far side, right on the corner. So what I might do is purchase not a stone picker, but a stone bucket. Right, so that's something we can put on the front of on the front loader, and I believe, I'm pretty sure it is. I'll have a look in a minute. Let me just set this up, because yeah, it's really, I would much prefer to just roll the stones back in if they're little. All right, get the helper set off. Right, thank you so much. Right. Very nice, love, very nice. So as we can see on the map, we should have little bits of stone disappearing. Stones, there we go. Yes. So these ones that are remaining are probably just too big to be picked, rolled back in. So what I was on about is, I don't think it's in stone. No, it's not in there. Should be in front loading tools. Oh no. Telehandler tools? Miscellaneous? Wheel loader tools? Strange. I know that... Well... What? Sorry, it's meant to be... It's not winter equipment, is it? That's pretty cool, actually. No, it is... Skid steer tools? Where's it gone? Maybe I didn't download it. Have to have a look. Anyways, it's a bucket made for stones. That's it. Pretty straightforward that is. Right, we'll hop over to the Massey. And yeah, anyways, if there are stones remaining, we don't have a bucket, so maybe it makes sense to buy one for the front loader. But yeah, it's not a big deal. We still have a little pile of stones in the corner of the farm, on the edge of the farm, and that's a residual stone pile. What we'll do with that remains to be seen. But first thing we're going to do is pop into this field here and start collecting some grass. Alright, so I've set all of my controls up that I should be able to do all of this from right here. Ah, beautiful. Right, so I've got my steering wheel optimized for the most part of basically having all the controls I need at my fingertips while I'm, you know, holding the steering wheel. But my joystick has become quite handy as well. I mentioned in a previous episode that I attempted to build a button box, and it was very functional. Not very pretty, very functional, basic electrics involved. Very basic, but I did get it to work. Unfortunately, it just, I don't know, it just didn't feel quite what I was looking for, and so I decided to snag this Logitech joystick, and it's working. It's definitely working. I have remapped many of my controls that I had on there to my steering wheel. Don't know why I forgot about the steering wheel controls. There's loads of buttons on the steering wheel. It's mad. It's mad. Anyways, what I have set up is primarily for front loading, wheel loading, telehandler loading, all that. Essentially preparing for, yeah, having a telehandler. Right, look at that. We've already got a full load of grass. That is fantastic. Oh, that's my lights. Sorry, I'm still getting used to where all my buttons are. Is it this one? No, it's not. What have I done? Right, that just switches. This one? I don't know. I haven't set them all up yet, but... Anyways, let us get the grass dropped off. Right, I need to set that one up as well, actually. Okay, so that's dropping in. So let's have a quick look at our productions. Right. So we have grass silage activated. It's turning all of our grass into silage. Just want to have a peek though to make certain that we do not run out of hay. Right. That's... Oh, I was going to say that's just for sheep, but it's not, is it? Right. Hay... We'll try and make it so that hay is exclusive to the sheep, and we'll keep the silage for selling and for TMR. Obviously we need some hay for TMR, but we do have loads of silage, and I honestly feel like silage at this point, primarily because of the silo, that we'll have heaps of silage. Heaps. It'll be the easiest thing for us to get, really. The straw is a nice byproduct of having oats or any grain, really. But this grass is, yes, it is a 3-step program, right? Cut, row, and collect. However, it's not that taxing. Yes, I know there's probably been 1,001 time lapses already of us collecting, you know, thousands of liters of grass to turn into silage, but it will all be worth it in the long term, right? As I've mentioned in the past, in previous episodes, that the aim is to run productions. Technically, we're already doing that. Technically, with our greenhouse and our silo, but I'm talking about like proper productions like grapes, something like that. So I have sort of planned out how grapes will happen. Whether it's going to be a profitable venture or not remains to be seen. In the long term, obviously cereal would be very cool to look at, but the grapes might be just a really fun thing to do on this map, and who knows, it might actually turn into the main thing we focus on. Who knows? Right, also for my joystick, I've made it so that I can not tilt the joystick left and right, but rather rotate it in place, and I can look around. I do have my forwards and backwards, but that is reserved primarily for my telehandler loading skills. Alright. So we're almost full up on this again. So what I will do is, now that we kind of have the basis of what our plan of attack is for... Whoop. That was on me. I'm still getting used to all my controls that I've set up. I find it a bit easier than having to grab the mouse and move it around. Anyways, we'll get this filled. It's just about filled. We'll empty it. We'll finish this meadow, and then we'll pop down to the other one, collect all that. I see the worker has now finished. We'll also check on their progress once we're done all the collecting, and then we'll get some silage made up, and happy days. Alright, well, let's have a quick look around, make sure that we didn't miss any bits, and we'll take this final load back to the silo, back to the farm. So yes, this meadow is quite small, it's quite petite, so what was that, a load and 80% of another one? So not quite 2 full loads, that's alright. Maybe what we'll do... What I would like to do is, I would like to purchase a 3rd meadow. Now, yes, this might bring us a little bit further away from our goal of grapes and of a vineyard, essentially, but it will long-term bring in the money that we need to fund everything, because not only do we need the vines, which probably going to cost about 12,000-13,000 per vine based on the area I want to place them, and we need a vineyard tractor and all the other equipment. Luckily for us, that equipment is fairly inexpensive. We'll just go to the packages, grapes, right, so let's go on this side. We'll look at this stuff. It's all very inexpensive, so you know, we need that fella to go in between. We need to plow in between the vines. The mulches, what we do after the fact, I believe, to prep for the field, to prep the land in between. Obviously this holds grapes. This is our grape fertilizer, so that's very important as well. We have the pruner, pre-pruner, so that's what we would do to prep our vines. So really, this stuff's not all that expensive. This is where it gets expensive. So to purchase this, yeah, 242,000 brand new. Now, what I'm my plan, and I'll tell you right now, is that if it pops up in here, I will purchase it. Pull a loan if I must, but it will be done. This isn't like a survival series or a challenge series or anything, so loans are allowed. When it comes to our survival challenge, whenever that comes, that will be no loans allowed, but in this case, yes. So, that being said, also a tractor, right? There was one that popped up in from the Antonio Carraro pack that had popped up in the sales page. I believe it was one of these ones, and I should have grabbed it when it was out. I should have. I'm pretty sure it was this one. Anyways, I should have snagged it when it was cheap. It was about probably 60%. So now we're just going to wait. Worst case scenario, and it's not really that worst case, but we'll just we'll get the Super Tigre 635. I have no problem using this as our starting vineyard tractor, as long as it can power all the equipment, then we should be alright. So that's 65, and so never mind. It can help with these, but it won't be able to do, unfortunately, anything with those. We need a bit more power to run those. Anyways, in time. What I was thinking, however, was to purchase a... Right, so assume those are the sections that were missed, which is fine. We'll go back, fix those up. As for the stones, I don't know if those are just missed. I'm not worried if it's only a couple of stones. Not a big deal. And, right, what was I going to check? Meadows. Price of meadows. So we already have... We've got one here, one here, one here. Obviously, we'll do one of them. That one's 69,000. That's 47,000. This one is... Right, just to compare. So that, oh, right, but this includes trees. So does that, though. We are getting more land, I believe, out of this. That might be the option, but that's all our money. That is literally all of our money. I would like to check, though, to see what this one requires, because if we don't have to... Right, it's ready. But do we need to plough it? Oh yes, it needs the same treatment as our other fields. Right, so that could be the option. Or we turn another field into a grass field. Those are our two options. So we either purchase that field for 70,000 and leave it as grass, or we purchase another field for about the same. Well, we'll figure that out, but we need to check on the helper. So we're all done with collecting grass for now. We'll put this away. It's just, it is difficult to say, okay, let's just buy that field, and then now we're out of money. You know what I mean? Obviously, in this kind of situation, it is a slow burn, as you can tell, but that's alright. We're still progressing, but I do think that a grass field would be a great addition to the farm. The other thing I was thinking as well is that I may, in the future, sell some of our other fields. Now, okay. Just want to go on a bit of a journey with you here. Hello. Come on, Mandor. Right, this is a fantastic field. I cannot see myself changing this out for anything. It's right there. It's right there. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense to like build on. We could, extend the farm if we need, but I don't think we do need. In the future, maybe, but for now, we'll keep that field definitely. 5 and 3, I am tempted to sell. I do like 5, but again, 12, our primary source of food will always be oat or sorghum as far as a drilled crop. The other option would be just to sell 5 and 3 and then just buy 4, because it's pretty close to us. We could just get like a field way out of the way, or a bigger field. Actually, might even be wise to snag one of them. But we could get obviously after we harvest, we're not going to sell them now. They're all ready. They're waiting to grow. That's all. 40 and 30, so that's 70,000. That pays for our meadow right there. But I do like 13 as well. Let's just pop down really quick, have a look. Oh yes, there's a very nice size field. It's a very big field for our equipment, but not too bad. Right, let's carry on with the task at hand, which is to close this up. And we'll park the Massey for now. Check on the helper. Let's probably just tuck this away in here for now. It would be good to get a small sort of a workshop mod, even the little toolbox, if it's available, just to be able to easily remove these dual wheels if, you know, if we need to. I do quite like them though. Right, so we'll get this done ourselves, because yeah, it's just missed a bit. Not a problem. I think that was my fault for setting it up the way that I did. But we'll just get that done. And I believe there's another section behind us. Just turn around. So I don't know, I do want your honest opinion. If you think, did I make a mistake selling the Steyr and buying the Deutz Fahr? I don't think so. It's a different tractor, it gives us something else to do. I believe the only issue I have with it is the animations in the cab when you're in third person. You're just like bouncing around like a madman. But that's alright, it's a fantastic mod, bar that. And, okay, are these stones just incapable of being pressed in, or have we just missed them? Right. I actually didn't expect that to happen. Alright, there's little bits. Very minor. We'll go back this way. We'll get this last strip done, and then I believe there's a little section over there. Terrible at reversing. So that was a terrible idea to reverse that way. Goodness. Right, so we'll get this done, and then, as I was saying, and then we'll move on to ploughing our meadows, because the other thing about the meadows is maybe we don't even need another one. We just need to maximize. Right, I've gone too far back. To maximize the efficiency of the ones we have already, right, which would include, of course, fertilizing, which we do, ploughing, which we will do, and then of course liming, which only has to be done the one time. Well, periodically I'm sure as well, but okay, I'm not sure how we missed this. Oh, nope, it's quicker than the roller. And then we've got one small patch, I keep forgetting where it is, top left. Right, I think there's little bits here and there that we may have also missed, but overall it looks fantastic. Very well done. Fairly large section. Get that all tidied up. Right, so since the ploughing and liming may take some time, we will definitely throw that onto a time lapse. If it's possible, I may try and go around the meadows, but I may see if a helper can be used in a meadow. I'm not 100% certain, so do not quote me on that. But if we look at so everything's rolled save for 12, cannot be rolled, other than needing another application of fertilizer. 3 is all ready to go. It's growing. Fields 5, 12, 14 also growing. fully fertilized, fully rolled. Nothing needs to happen to them. Well, save 12. And we'll get into our meadows. Fold this up and we'll see you back at the farm. Alright, so if you're wondering where we are, we're near the cows to pick up our subsoiler so we can head to the meadows. Now I was looking at it and we may, depending on the situation, once we arrive in the meadows, you'll notice that the subsoiler is actually not as wide as the tyres, so they may need to be removed for this to work. Managing driving through here quite nicely, but now this will be the test, because this fence is quite narrow. Wow. Alright, never mind. But you know what though, I cannot get close enough to the fence without potentially hitting. Let's give it a go. It's about a tyre's width distance. Right, so this will be the first dig into our meadow. Now there should be no struggling. Right, oh yeah, lots of room, because it's only going to dig up the meadow itself. I do not have ground creation or what do you call it, field creator on enabled, so I'm just trying to get the nice outside of here first. Once we have that, then I will actually, I'm going to test it right now. Go on, lad. But he's only gonna... Yeah, it's alright. So we'll do the outside, because obviously they will struggle. Any worker will probably struggle quite a bit with the fence and just trying to plough generally. So yes, we will get this started, and then we'll see where we're at. We might do most of it ourselves as well. It has hit 4 PM in the day. So if we can get this all done by then so be it. By the end of the day, rather, then that would be fantastic. Right, so we'll get this carried on, get it ploughed. We might do... Oh no, we might do one at a time. We might go straight to the other field and get it ploughed. I'm not too certain yet what to do. I feel like we should probably get one done at a time, because then we can have grass starting to grow in this sooner than later. So if we can get one field done, all done today, the lime, the ploughing, and, well, ploughing, lime, and drilling, then, as you know, happy days. Right, we'll crack on with this, and we'll see you when we're done. Alright, well, there is some progress done. That's definitely taken a lot longer than I expected. But, oh, right, these couple little bits. Maybe I was just too excited to finish everything up. That's why I missed these bits. Get my lights on. Just the front ones. Right, and I believe we're all done. So, yeah, with a three or four, I think it's a, oh no, I can't even remember what it is. That's 3 meters. Oh my, okay. I thought it was 4, to be honest. Can we even run a 4 meter? Right, that's not in the right spot. Subsoilers. 150. 130. Oh, we could run that. We could run that. But you know what? Well, 120. Yeah, I mean, it does struggle a little in the beginning. Anyways, you know what? We might not even need a plough like that for some time after the next field, which I have decided I will... Right, I will task... That just fits, I love it. I will task the ploughing of the, or subsoiling, whatever you'd like to call it, of the other meadow to a helper. The reason I'm going to do this is because I've realized that we have dug up many stones and we're going to have to remove them before we lime. I just think it would be a lot easier to do it first, instead of covering them up where we cannot see them. So yes, we are going to bring this helper down to the second meadow, get it all ploughed up, and then we'll have to deal with the stones in that one as well. Right, hello neighbour. What I'm thinking is, and I have rectified that whole thing about the stone bucket, I got it sorted out, so we'll get out of here, go in here, we go. Right, so get the helper all set up in here. I reckon I can set him off and he'll be alright. I'll probably have to tidy up a bit, but it is getting kind of dark now. So... Alright mate, you don't need the lights on you. Right, I'll let him sort that out and I'll show you what I'm on about. So, it's in Stone Pickers. It is a bucket mod. So essentially, I can use my front loader and pick up, well, up to just about, what does this hold? So that's about 2,700. The maximum size for this one is just about 1,000 litres of stone. We only got, with this, about 2,000 stone from, or litres of stone, rather. I wonder if we can use this. It can be 3-point. But we'd probably... So that could fit on a front loader then. For the price, it's almost worth trying. It is... I'll probably keep it the dark colour anyways. Yeah. I'd like to try that. Because it's 900, yeah. With the stone pick we have a 5 meter width. This is obviously not 5 meters, but... Oh, am I crazy to try this? I don't know. Don't know what to do, because look, if we buy it once for £900 and then rent this or lease it for £2,500, we're not even doing anything with the stone, just need to get them out. So I think let's go for it. Right, so oh, he's getting on nice, very nice. Thank goodness. Right, so this will be quite the task for the Massey, but we have to try. We have to try it. So we definitely will need the weight on. Where am I going? And we will need our front loader. I assume the universal attach meant front loader. I think so. You'd think it would. Deal with the pallet fork later. Right, now we'll head to the shop and pick up our new stone bucket. We'll see you back in the meadow. But this will be the conclusion of this episode. As we know, we'll be in the meadow starting at the next episode with our stone bucket. So thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care and bye for now.